once I see it pop
Okay,
up. So
awesome.
it'll go to your page too. But I think we are
Cool.
live now. It says we're live.
Hey,
Hi, everybody.
in the world.
Yeah, the whole Facebook land knows that we're here now. My name's Fola, and obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably seeing it on my page right now. But I'm going to be sharing it in a moment. But with me today, I have the lovely Linda Rizzoli, and I am pronouncing
Hello,
that right.
everyone. You pronounced it correct.
Yay.
This is what I always want to do with your name. I want to sing Fola.
Yes.
Fola. Do you get that all the time?
Not really, but it's funny you say that because I had a really good friend of mine growing up. Like they would always sing that, her and her mom. And I just messaged her this morning because I was like, I was thinking about her. I'm like, I wonder how she is. So it's actually funny that you say that. But I never heard of that song before until then. Okay. Oh, I see it here. I'm going to tag you, Linda, in it now and make sure I don't hear us talking over the thing.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we're here. And we're wanting to chat to you guys about lovely access consciousness tools and money mindset and how you can start to shift your mindset and start to be more open to receiving. And I think, Linda, you'd agree, like the importance of that is actually being willing to receive. But maybe we can start a bit about sharing a bit about your experience, Linda, with access consciousness, to maybe share a bit about what access is, because I think to a lot of people on here, I mean, I'm relatively new to that world as well, but I found it very, very helpful. So, yeah.
Yeah. Access is a whole access consciousness, official name. It's a whole world of tools built around energy. So I don't know, you could call it a modality. You could call it I don't know, it's one of those indescribable things. So it's about building your life, shifting the energy to shift what shows up in your life. They do that a number of different ways. One of their really foundational tools is bars, getting your bars run, access consciousness bars. So you can check that out on the internet and dive into it. Get your bars run. Fola is a bars practitioner. I am a bars practitioner. So that's the best way to explain it, is to experience it. And they also have lots of books, lots of just different little tools that can help you actually change your life really quickly, really easily. Their mantra is, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. So if you want a life of ease and joy and glory, start poking around into access consciousness and what they have to offer.
Yeah, and I like that, poke around, because it's funny how, like, even how we met, very like synchronistic, how everything has kind of led to that. And then diving into access bars after I had my own, I'd gone for a couple sessions, and I was just really amazed at how it like works compared to a lot of other energy modalities that I'd gone and experienced. And I was like, okay, there's something about this. But then finally 2+ years later, I connect with you to go to the class. And yeah, it's interesting to see how much more there is to access. And I know it wasn't until I took the money mindset course with you back in, I think it was December, right? Was it November or December?
Yep. December, beginning of December, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah. And like that really, it put a lot of different ideas in my mind about money and the perception I have of money. Because I feel like obviously money is a huge part of our lives, but it's something that's always been there. And I feel as though I've I've always felt like I struggled with it, and that course really did help me in reading kind of their perception of money from a different angle.
Yes. So money is a place where I feel like lots of our shit can show up in money, right? It's such a tangible, plus and minus, really linear, logical world. And so all our points of views can really show up there. So you think that in this linear, logical world of money, you have to deal with it in a really rigid, linear way. And kind of with these tools of access, you're coming at it from, okay, what if it's not that logical? What if we can explore some of these underlying belief systems and energies that are actually creating our lives? And if we shift and change those, then we shift what shows up. Mm-hmm. So Access is all about practical stuff that you can actually use to really, really change stuff and change it fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're like you said, consciousness is everything everywhere. Right. And it's about getting kind of to that deeper space and I think the main word is the logics behind it, because we think it needs to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I like about Access is it's really helping to see the exact opposite end of the spectrum, which opens you to like every possibility, because you're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Like I've been so stuck in the one direction. So that's a huge thing, I think, when it comes to money. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much are you willing to receive? That's the little class that you had done with me. It's the class that I'm going to run online on Sunday. What that is, it's a little mini workbook, maybe a mini worksheet that we all sit down and go through it together. It has a number of questions to get you thinking about some of that stuff underneath the surface that is impacting how money shows up for you. And then a whole bunch of little tools that we explore that you can use to help have more ease, more joy with money.
Yeah.
And it's all based off the book, Money Isn't the Problem, You Are, by Gary Douglas.
Yeah, he's one of the founders, like the main founder, right, for Access Consciousness.
Of Access. Okay. Yeah.
I have yet to read that book, so I'm going to have to, maybe what I'll do is I'll find a link and put it here too, so people have that. Because I think it would be good to like have that as a kind of study guide along with the workbook that you give. And I think, though, you'd mentioned, so on January 26th, this Sunday, you have this course that you're offering online, which is so cool.
Yeah. How does it get better than that? Just sitting in your pajamas at home.
You don't even have to wear pants.
Changing your life.
Neither of us are wearing pants right now. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, no one would ever know. So, what time? That starts at 6 o'clock, right? 6 till 8? So people listening? 6
till 8 Mountain, MST. So for those of you in Alberta, that's the time we're dealing with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll build in a little break because some of this energy work, it can kind of like scramble your brain. Like if you could figure out the issues, if you could work hard enough, judge yourself enough to fix your money problems, you probably already would have done it. Right? So this is a place where we can, what if we just try looking at it differently? We got nothing to lose. Yeah. And what can we gain? How could you impact the world more? I mean, so many of us want to have that impact on the world. We want to make the world a greater, more conscious place. And can you do that more easily with money or without money? With money, right?
Trick question?
It's totally a trick question. So, it can make your impact on the world broader and easier with money. So, what if you could actually change shit there?
Yeah, love it for sure. And so I think you're having this course, which is awesome. And then you said there was another little bit of an offering, which I'm really interested in. Maybe you can explain a bit about what that is.
Okay, so this is a class. We're going to run it over 2 hours. And we're going to run it once a month, every month for 2020. Because I am ready to commit to my life. I am ready to make a change. If, you can change anything if you just don't quit, right? Mm-hmm. So how many of us have maybe tried doing something new with our money? 1 week later, we decide it's not going to make a difference. So we abandon that and quit on ourselves, really. Mm-hmm. So we're going to run this course or run this little class once a month, every month for the whole of 2020, because I am ready to change some stuff. And I think it's exciting if we are asking the same questions once a month. How are the answers going to show up different? Mm-hmm. And what new things can we clear out of the way? What limitations can we change so we can have more and more freedom?
Yeah.
And, we'll dive into the tools a new way. Each of these tools that we use is kind of like an iceberg. You learn it, you think, wow, this is a great tool. And then you keep relearning it and letting your mind be blown by the impact it can have on your life. So you just keep digging in deeper and deeper.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. And I love that. That's what I think is the thing I'm really looking for, is the continual attendance to see and just check in with people and kind of see too what's progressing for them. Because this is for like anybody. I think lay people who are, not doing anything in terms of like energy work or even really want to understand energy stuff or consciousness. But it's like, if you're just in this place where you feel completely kind of stuck and like financially, it's again now January, we've come up with our goals. And sometimes end of January comes around and we're like, that budget didn't really stick or whatever. This will be a great, we get really hard on ourselves. So this is a great way to have that kind of accountability in like a group space where you're also diving into all this other stuff that's been programmed into you since you were young, right? Because those money thoughts or mindsets aren't necessarily our own, we've just carried them for like generations, I think. But,
awesome. So how we're going to run, like charging for the classes is if you can come to a class one-off one time, that's going to cost $50. You want to buy in for the whole year, then we are cutting the price of the class in half, and it's $25 per class then. Okay. Once you leap in, commit to your own life, and are going to join us for the whole journey. So
that's awesome. Yay, I'm excited.
What is really possible? Like, what is really freaking possible that we could actually create in this world for ourselves? And then what kind of impact can that have?
Yeah. I'm definitely ready for that. Definitely.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm sure you said investing in ourselves is a huge thing, especially when it comes to investing like physical money, cash, or whatever it might be, right? So if we just can get through that, for sure. So I guess one more question I'd like to ask you, because I don't want to make this too long, is like if there was something, because I think you've come to Access Consciousness just over the last like few years, but say prior to that, like 5 years or whatever prior, what is like one thing that you wish you knew then, especially when it comes to money mindset stuff, that you would like tell if you go back in time, if time's linear, to like talk to your old self, like, Linda, do this thing, or be open to this idea or concept or whatever, that would make life easier, something that our listeners can, follow.
I think one thing that is really becoming meaningful and obvious to me now is that I am the source of my own life. I am the answer. I am the friggin' answer right here, and I am really powerful. I'm really creative. So what can I actually create in the world? So that idea that I am the source. And I think the other thing would to be willing to do things that are a little different and a little outside of my comfort zone, and to be, I guess, to allow myself to be weirder.
No pants and everything.
No pants. Whatever.
Be weirder. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So people be weird, be big, be yourself, be awesome.
Yes. Amen. Love it.
Well, thank you so much, Linda. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. We'll post a link to the event page so that you can sign up for that. Obviously, reach out to Linda or myself. I think we're both tagged in this live video. And we look forward to seeing some of you there.
Yeah, thank you, Fola, for having me on so much. And I just want to give one more shout out. If people are curious to what the bars are, it's a really gentle, hands-on process that involves gently touching your head. So Fola knows how to do that, right? Like, if you're curious in any little way, please get your bars run. It'll change your life.
Yeah, for sure. For the better.
For the better.
So sweet. Thank you so much, Kate. We'll catch you guys later. Okay.
Mwah.
Bye.
Ciao.